Chestertown very obviously has become an arts mecca. We've got the festivals such as Downrigging Weekend, Tea Party Festival, the Jazz Festival, the Music Festival, Paint the Town. Chestertown was featured in American Craft magazine, where they described Chestertown as steeped in history and alive with a thriving craft community. In the photograph, you can see Jody Bortz, Matthew Swanson, and Robbie Bear from Haywire Letterpress and Idiot Books fame. Another image there is of one of Vico von Voss's chairs, which has won awards. And Chestertown's history as an arts community really goes back to the very earliest history of Chestertown. Charles Peel came to Chestertown to become the headmaster of the Kent School, which would later become Washington College. And his son, Charles Wilson Peel, of course, went on to become probably the most famous portraitist in American history, painted many portraits of George Washington. Chestertown recently went through a public arts master plan process funded by the National Endowment for the Arts, in which we partnered with River Arts. The map in the center and in the background there is one of the main things that came out of that. This was a very public process, as you can see in the photos. That first planning meeting at the Garfield Center for the Arts. So here is the proposed public arts and entertainment district in red. In orange is the outlines of the historic district. After going through about 6 different versions of the map, this is really the core of the arts district, and this is where the benefits, the tax benefits would be available. So here's the core, really. In the next 2 slides is the core of what Arts and Entertainment District designation means. First, tax incentives, starting with the property tax credit. So if you have a property that has a base assessed value of, let's say, $100,000, and you as a property owner, or you as an artist wanting to rehab that property for an arts-related purpose, come in and you double the value of that property. You take it from $100,000 to $200,000. The difference in that assessed value is exempt from property tax. The second tax incentive is somewhat wordy. It's income tax subtraction modification. What it means in a nutshell, if you're an artist residing or producing art in this art and entertainment district, you don't have to reside in the arts and entertainment district, but if you produce your art in that arts and entertainment district and you sell it in an arts and entertainment district, doesn't have to be in Chestertown, it can be in Berlin's arts and entertainment district, Frederick, Leonardtown, Annapolis, or it can be produced in any of those and sold in the Chestertown Arts and Entertainment District, then you are exempt from Maryland state income tax. The third tax incentive that's available is an admission and entertainment tax exemption. And essentially that's if, for instance, if the Garfield were a for-profit theater and they charged admission, there's a tax that would be going to Kent County. We do not have a facility like that. The second, and I think by far the most valuable in terms of Chestertown as a whole and really Kent County, is that one of the requirements for Arts and Entertainment District designation is that a position be created for an Arts and Entertainment District administrator. Whether you call that an economic development position, and the reason I include Main Street in there is related to number 2, which is that the town has already discussed funding this position, perhaps to the tune of $25,000 A private individual has come forward and has offered to match the town's $25,000 with $25,000 for 3 years. And so that's in a nutshell, and I'm going to leave up the slides with the tax incentive.